Okay.
So, yeah, so what I found was I was going to a lot of these things where it's a matter of, I saw people inauthentically saying, follow me. I see messages on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, all that stuff, and it's just not looking natural. And a lot of it is because people are trying to be somebody else. Also, they're coming to me, different people that are potential clients and clients, saying, I'm not sure about how to write a blog or what to put on Twitter. And I'm going like, you know how to talk about yourself, don't you? And they go, well, yeah, I don't like talking about myself, because once again, they're talking about themselves in a marketing way. And they're trying to build a reputation based upon what they want people to perceive about them rather than what's real. So V3E is all about, first of all, values. What are your values? What are your values? What are the words? What are the words that make you do what you do? What are the words that drive you? What are the words that make you want to get up and do what you do? Whether you work for somebody else or not. What are those words? So we first look at what the words are. Yeah? And then I say, okay, but what does it mean to you? Because your definition of, let's say, the word honesty is different than everybody else's. Chances are. So if you actually define it, and because it's your words, I'm not asking you to tell me what I think it is. Tell me what you think it is. Right? So define it. And then actually write some statements to tell me why it's important to you. Right? So if I actually know what it is, why it's, you define it and say why it's important, then I can say to you, how does it show up in your life and in your business? How is it demonstrated? Yeah? So how is it demonstrated? But this isn't something for people to just sit down and pump something out. This is something for people to actually look and say, you know what, if this is real, and this is my definition, and this is why it's important, it must be demonstrated in some way in my life. And if it is demonstrated in your life, that's where the congruency comes from. Right? But then you have the other part of, is there anybody who would witness to that or make a testimonial? Right? So I say, let's just come up with 10 of them. 10 values, the things that drive you and drive your business. Right? The next thing is, we look at vision. What is your vision for yourself and for your customers and partners? Now, the important thing in here is, there's some people go, my vision for myself is to live a healthy life. That's not inspiring. My vision for my life is to live a life that is vital, where I'm full of energy and I'm able to do the things that I want to do whenever I want to do them physically, and I'm able to inspire other people by the way I'm able to do it, by the energy I'm able to project and share in order to help more people. That is a powerful, like looking inward kind of vision statement. In fact, it's not about people staying away from something big. If you think of Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream, John F. Kennedy's we will put a man on the moon before the end of this decade, the fact that it was big, the fact that it was scary is exactly what made it something that people wanted to follow and inspired other people. So what is your vision for yourself? And for other people, because if people see that vision and they have that for themselves, they'll go, I don't mind listening to more of what this girl has to say. But even more so when you're able to say something that, this is what I want for the people that work for me. This is what I want for the people that are partnered with me, who are suppliers. This is what I want for the people, my customers, that they feel, for instance in Sally's business, I want them to feel fabulous. They might go, oh, I want to feel fabulous. Once again, they're going to be willing to give you more time because you're able to do that. That's your vision. Then you have your views. What are some of the social issues, things that are happening in society, in the world, that you have an opinion on? Right? What are 5 current events? What are 5 current events that you have an opinion on it? Because chances are, you will have something if you have these values that drive you, the vision for yourself. What are some of the events that actually impact some of these people and you, and what is your opinion? And this becomes far easier to write about because now you know what you're talking about, you know what you're in alignment with. You see? And that's where you have the values, vision, the views. And then the events. The events part is, what 5 events are you attending in the next 90 days? Right? You've got to be doing something, whether it's meeting my grandmother, going to the shop, going shopping, or maybe going to a seminar or a webinar or whatever. But these are the things that should be a reflection. If your values are around family, I'm taking my grandmother to the grocery store. It could be as simple as that. But this will be a reflection of what your views are. That my values are family. My vision is that everybody should be able to be self-sustained or have somebody to help them. So I'm going to this event, I'm there, and by the way, next week I'm also helping my grandmother. That is a reflection of who I am, and that's far easier to write about than trying to write something that somebody else is telling you. This becomes the core of all of your marketing message. In fact, if you were to write down 10 words, which have 10 definitions, 10 statements of why, 10 ways that they're demonstrated, and let's say 5 witnesses, right? You have 5 statements about the vision for yourself, 5 for your partner, your customers and partners. There are 5 social issues you have a comment on, and there's 5 different current events that you write about, right? And you're also going to 5 different events, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. You have 70 messages that, except for maybe these are pretty right here, these 10, 20, 30, 40, 55. 55 messages are timeless. Your values and your vision, it doesn't matter when that goes out because it's your values and your vision. So these, in fact, could actually be automated to make sure that if you are putting something out into social media, you look at the appropriate. I have an application I've put together that you can drop all these statements in, see which channel it's appropriate to go into, like Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc. You can even make some of these, like 5 of these, make them into videos, make 5 of these into blogs, and all of a sudden you could sit down for a few hours at the beginning of the month and have something going out for the next 70 days, one thing every day. That is timely, that is current, that is true and authentic. But what this means is, whereas most people spend 70% of their time broadcasting, and only 30% of their time listening, they can actually reverse it. They can spend 70% of their time listening and engaging. This means every day you know something's going out. It means that you're spending 70% of your time listening and engaging. So every day you know something's going out, and there are applications I know or websites I can use that will help put the things out at a specific time of day that most of the people that follow you are listening. So one message every day, so you're not doing this spam kind of email, kind of automated thing. It's also not inauthentic because it's definitely you. If you say that I believe in family, I believe in honesty, if you say that today or 10 days from now, it should still be true. But it means if I'm spending time listening and engaging, I can see how people are responding to that message, while knowing that my social media thing is also going out. And it also means it translates directly into all of my marketing. That means my brochures need to demonstrate and show and talk about my values, my vision for my clients and my customers, my views on different things. These things that can be content for your website. These are your brochures start to be built on it. And then you can start to look at different things when you talk about your reputation, because ultimately if somebody's going to go and look you up now, you go to an event and they Google you, what will they find? If they find nothing but that, and they align with that, good alignment. If they read that stuff and they go, well, I disagree because you said that. Okay, you disagree. But that's the way I feel. And if they totally hate what you said, they were never your customer anyway. And if you made them your customer, you were not going to enjoy the experience.
Absolutely.
This is about building your reputation.
In life, you know?
Yeah, your reputation based upon your views, as long as you know what they are. Your vision, what you know what they are.
Absolutely.
Relating it, making it contemporary and contextual by talking about social issues and current events.
Yeah.
And events where you demonstrate and you show up. And in fact, if you're a business and you're like a solopreneur, some of this can actually be monetized if it's in line with all of these things. Where if you recommend somebody going to an event, some of the events will pay you a commission. Yeah? Now that doesn't stop you from doing things like putting your pictures on, and it just means this is in the background, basically creating a steady rhythm of what you're saying out there, right? This is your volume, and this is over time. So the problem is most people, they have a big campaign and they tell everybody about it and then they disappear into obscurity. And then they come again. And people are like, all you're doing is shouting. But setting a steady rhythm that people are going to be, rather than standing on a soapbox saying, everybody listen to me, and then trying to pick some customers, you speak at a steady voice. Talking about who you are, what you do, and why you do it. And the other people who can't hear you or don't want to hear you, let them wander off for right now. Because the people who come to you are going to be the kind of people that you want to work with, who are going to be A-grade clients, who are aligned in your values, who you know you can serve them and they can help you in your own vision.